Wow. He was tripping right there. He was tripping. He's a bassist, he's a music lecturer at the prestigious University of Lagos, and he's adjudged one of the best bass guitarists in Africa, no less. He has performed alongside renowned Nigerian and foreign artists such as Onyeka Onwenu, Tom Igles, Lionel Peterson, Orlando Julius, Daddy Shoki, Panam Percy Paul, Kenny St. Ogungbe Brown, Kunle Ajayi, and many others. And who am I talking about? Well, maybe you all know him as Sheyi Kenny. Sheyi Kenny, who really is Oluwaseyi Kehinde. Welcome to Sunrise.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for joining us. Wow, that was mind-blowing, that's all I can say. And I was saying before we came on air, I said, you are a lecturer. So you are teaching by doing, not just by speaking it.
Exactly.
That was inspiring.
Thank you.
Now, tell us about you. You actually have a PhD.
Yeah. Well, basically, music is about passion. When you have the passion, and most importantly, you get or you've gotten inspiration from your parents. You know, someone like me. You know, my dad was an organist, was a choir master, had been into music. Although he wouldn't want me to really study music, you know, he would prefer me to go for engineering, you know, and then even my mother would prefer me to go for medicine. But eventually, after wondering, I would say not really wondering because I had a good experience, you know, going for mechanical engineering. Then later on, I retraced myself back into music. So I started, and then because I've always been in it since when I was small, you know, they will always take me to the choir rehearsals, and then whenever my father composed any piece of music, I would just be hearing the tonic solfa and the rest of it. So by impartation, I was able to learn a lot of things from him. Not that he sat me down to teach me.
Okay.
Well, you know.
Why bass guitar? I mean, you said Dad was
An organist.
Well, yes.
So why bass guitar for you?
Yeah, just like to show that he was trying not to make me go in his path so that I'll be able to, you know, go for engineering, mechanical engineering. So, but you see, there's one thing about talent. There's one thing about gift, most especially if it is from God. You know, there's something that I was able to learn. I just decided because I just developed the interest naturally for that instrument. You know, I play guitar too. You understand, but you know the aspect of going into bass guitar was a kind of inspiration that I got from other people that were playing then. Somebody like Abraham Labourier, Marcus Miller, and the rest of them. And then looking at the way they were displaying, you know, it got my attention. And for the fact that I grew up in the gospel scene, you know, that was exactly what inspired me to, you know, playing bass guitar, to want to really go into bass guitar. I mean, to learn about it. And then at some point, you know, when you see, this is another thing, one of the things that motivated me to now say, okay, I would want to learn or to study the music was after you looked at some of these people and you read about them, you know, one would just feel that, okay, what did they do to get to the level, you know, the awe I was able to understand that they studied music and they were able to learn it. I mean, from the way they display,
But
you understand?
it doesn't look like many music
Yeah.
practitioners now are seeing things the way you're seeing things now. That's the way Alera started earlier. I mean, many just want to get behind the microphone and start vocalizing. And many of them get hits, some become what they call one-hit wonders, some become, big and everything. Why study music if you can make it quick?
Well, basically, one must be able to define exactly is the essence of life because, there is this way or approach to life generally that I've been able to adopt because, well, everybody has his or her own way of doing things to be able to grow. And I found out that, at some point, there are some things that will take you beyond what people will say. Yes, you can be famous, but after that, what stage are you going to get to? Because we have a lot of musicians that were famous, you understand, but to impact others. Because one of the things we must understand is, we must learn how to transfer whatever you have. Everybody has a unique way of display musically when it comes to music. So one way or the other, if you do not learn the art, it will be difficult for you to also learn or to teach or to impart others. And that's also one of the things and I know that I have that kind of gift, when it comes to imparting knowledge to
So that's
others.
why you are.
That's
also a
one of the
lecturer.
reasons why I said, okay, I must learn it and see the
And be
way
able to teach it properly.
and the
Yes.
way some people who are organized, the way they perform. You see the organization in their performance. So I found out that it's
Dr. Kende,
necessary.
you became the first PhD holder that ever emerged from the music unit of the Department of Creative Arts at the University of Lagos.
Yes.
Have any more come after you?
Yes, a lot.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Fantastic.
a lot.
But you look rather young.
Well,
I don't mean to flatter you.
well, that's God's gift. I mean, when God has made you to, musically music, once you engage in it regularly, there is this way you just feel. You understand? I mean, nobody will know.
Music keeps you young.
Yeah, you see, I don't know. It's a mystery. It's something that one way or the other you may not be able to explain.
Well, we'll have to come to that medical analysis some other time. But let me, piggyback on what I asked you earlier, and ask. So, you are also a lecturer.
Yes.
Like, good. So, in which other way do you impact knowledge into other people other than through your lectures?
Well, there are different ways that I know. I mean, let me just speak about myself. In performance, sometimes, I found out that, you see, some people had watched me severally, and they will see. For instance, I'm going to give an example. There was this man, I'm sure he should be in his mid-60s now, 60s now. And then this particular man is a talking drummer. He's been playing. He had played with Shina Peters and most of the renowned musicians. I think one of these days, you will need to, because now currently is in his 300 level. Yes, around 60 something. Yeah. Now in University of Lagos. We've been playing. We would play at concerts together. Then he will watch me, he will see the way I'm using score to play, to perform. And then he will be wondering, wow, I would love to know something like this. And eventually, the man is in, and so, a lot of people like that.
Score to play talking drum?
Yes, of course. You know, there are a lot of things that you would just, I mean, just to learn how to organize.
Don't go into it yet because
We've run completely out of time.
but that will
Dr.
be very, very interesting to
Yes,
hear.
yes.
Dr. Sheyi Kinde,
Yes, sir.
thank you very much for being our Artist of the Week for today. And we wish you all the best
Thank you.
as lecturer and whatever else that you do.
And as your student.
Thank you.